Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Off the Wire with your host Phil. I go through the top 5 articles of this week deemed by myself, the rest of the Hoops Lounge crew, and fans out there. As always, you can catch all of our work here on hoopslounge.com. So let's dive right into it. First article here off Grantland, a little bit of Canadian love, Canadian college basketball dynasties you've never heard of. Give this one a read by Jordan Kahn, Grantland.com, obviously a great place for a lot of basketball and sports info. This one giving teams like Carleton a lot of love. The Canadian basketball world definitely jumping up, and this is a great reportage on it. Next one here, Carmelo Anthony. Says Carmelo Anthony uninterested in delaying free agency until 2015. I don't see why he wouldn't do it right now. He'll be 31, as it says here, in 2015. Obviously, he'll get a contract, but a little bit tougher at that later age. And let's be honest, are the Knicks really the place he wants to be? I feel if he signs with the Knicks, it's just going to be all about the cash money, and he'll get that extra year. But I don't know. I can't really see Carmelo Anthony staying there because, as much as he wants the money and the points, I feel at a certain point he's going to want some rings. And I don't know if it's happening there in New York City. Third article here, Anthony Davis. This is by Kevin Pelton here on ESPN, talking about Anthony Davis's greatness. As I said at the beginning of the season, I expect this guy fully to be in the MVP conversation next year. Thought he'd be a little more this year, but obviously with so many great performances by KD, LeBron, Blake Griffin, all the rest, being a little bit overshadowed. But Anthony Davis, at his tender young age, is really turning into one of the young stud players in the NBA. Fourth article here, Phil Jackson. We haven't heard his name in a while. Phil Jackson has had conversations about a front office role, with multiple teams. Getting Phil Jackson back into the league is an exciting idea for any basketball fan out there. Getting excited, thinking back to his Bulls and Lakers championship days with a couple teams here. Detroit would be an interesting spot. Sacramento Kings. There's a lot of places that could use the Zen Masters. Calm demeanor and basketball IQ. So let's see if he actually gets off the bench and decides to get in there and give it another go. I think it would be great for the NBA, especially with new Commissioner Adam Silver stepping in. I think this would be a nice transitional period for him. And fifth and final, of course, brought to us by our resident shoe guru, Mr. Mota. Air Jordans account for how much money spent on sneakers on eBay. So this kind of breaks down the shoe world in terms of how profitable these guys are. I mean, Air Jordans have just been one of the best, if not the best, selling shoe on the market for a long, long time. And this guy looks, even at 50 years old, pretty happy guy, and I would be too if you're making this much cash off a shoe. So yeah, that has been our top 5. So I'll put all the links in the description of this video so you can check them out. And please look forward to this week on Hoops Lounge. We'll have a lot more articles and videos. If you haven't already checked out some great articles, here's one by Mark talking about our visit there to Toronto, being on NBA TV Canada's The Hangout, where we got to talk and go over a few ideas with JYD, the Junkyard Dog. Also, we have some videos from last week where Mota and I went over the top point guards in the league, and you can check all those out and more on hoopslounge.com. So great seeing you guys, and I'll catch you next time off the wire.